Good evening and welcome back to your channel, your way, the Mancunian way. My name is Martin. I'm your host. Sorry for the dramatic intro. You know you got to do it. Welcome to another After Dark. It's going to be a good one tonight, hopefully. Talk about whatever you want. We are opening the lines very, very shortly. So don't worry, we will get that sorted out. A little bit of housekeeping. We'll get some hellos done, etc. But the first thing I want you to do is slap those likes. Let's get these likes going, people. Big up Alpha the Raid. I'm just going to put a pull in. Up the likes for your channel. 115 likes. Let's go. I just want to say, if you have, please slap those likes on your way in. We're going to go for the minimum, probably maximum 2 hours, minimum 90 minutes. And then we'll send you all over to Tariq, where he will do a little bit of Tariq Talks Late. He always does because he's a legend. He's the old guy. He's the old Tariq. We do love him. Let me just set a goal as well. Oh, let me just get rid of that. I'll make sure I've got it right. Start that goal. Right, there's a goal in place for the old goal chat to help any contributions for the channel. Memberships aren't available. Starting minimum 99p, always will be 99p, never be anything more than 99p. You can also buy us a coffee if you want. That is available. Support the channel as well. Link is in the description. Also, like I said, you go into a house, you wipe your feet, you come in a channel, you slap the like. That's what you do. But good evening, Mingy Wong. How the devil are you? Hope you are doing well, my friend. Wanted to ask, have you renewed your ticket or not? I'm not able to at the minute for some reason. It's not up, but I am doing, yes. Pepper said this press conference, same not changed 1 day, 2 weeks ago, exactly same one. We're going to talk about what he said on Palace. It's going to be a tough game tomorrow. It will. Martin is just finishing our brothers. Where were you, Ash? I know, poor. Ash, I've heard some naughty things about you, Ash, lately. You naughty little things. Heard you've been having a little bit of a moan, Ash. Little bit of a moan, Ash. If Enzo is lined up next season, could you see him as assistant next season? Pep sees that's contract. Nope, I do not. Yes, Dash. Slap those likes. Hit that subscribe. Road to 10k. And if you are needing some help in a very difficult time, don't be scared. Mental health is a real thing. Please contact the Samaritans or anybody else. Evening, Blues and Foden FC. Good evening, Formidable. Hope you're good. Talksport. Hope you are well. Lines will be open in about 5 minutes. Alfred, big up the Alf Raiders and the Not in My Lifetime Raiders as well. Kathy, I was watching Luke's live stream. Big up Mike. Big up Ash. Evening, Stevie Black. How the W are you? Sean, my gut is telling me that the league is already over, so I won't be mad at Pep resting the fact. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Ash didn't know Luke was on. Same time. Yeah, that was out of my control. So I do apologise. We weren't doing it on purpose. Time for all the happy clappers to call in. Hey, listen, not wrong with an happy clapper. Take it you're not keen on happy clappers. Big up Mike, Ash, Kathy, Pete, Total Sports, Sean, Anna, Steve, Black, Mingy Wong, and many more entertaining in the tap. Hello. Yes, Adam Quinn, Steve's here. Kathy's always here. Big up, Kathy. Ash is with us. Everyone decided to start streaming at 8 p.m. I was out of my control. All I told is every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Oil Brothers. That's all I get told. Big 3-0 win tomorrow. Has TFC gone? What's TFC? What's TFC? I don't get what you mean by TFC. Tell me what you mean by that, Steve. Sorry. Here, come on, get those likes up. Kathy, how very dare you. Good evening, Matty Dickoff. Hope you are well, mate. What's TFC? I don't know what TFC is. Southampton and Borough going to extra time. What? Why that? What? Steve, you're losing me, mate. I'm lost there, guys. What y'all laughing at? Hey, listen, it is what it is. Martin does it his way. You talking to my wife. Steve, prepare for some waffling. Hello, how are you? Good evening, Steve Finn. Matthew Leonard is in the building. Yes, do as he says. Big up, Pardo. Hope you are well. Chris from Perth. Hello. You want to join in, by the way? You can. Did you see that Kicks Up show? What a joke minute. What Kicks Up show? What am I missing out on here? What's been happening? Who won? It's an extra time. Hussam just been grilling about it saying City bottled the league. Yeah, but he hasn't. So I don't know why people are saying bottled the league. Hello, Parex Beer. How are you doing? Watching the Championship playoff semi-final. Nobody's BB. Hope you are well. Can I spy with my Southampton eye? Even as a Liverpool fan, I hate his football takes. He just hates it, and he admits it. Let's have a look. Katie's with us. How the devil are you? Think renewals Thursday. That's what I thought they were. That's what I was checking. I thought they were Thursday. Listen, I get it. Of course, people are farm viewing it. Do you know what it is? I'll be honest with you. Martin City going to win Palace. I think they will. It's 3 a.m. on my side, Martin. Just want to say, how are you doing? Good morning. Keep smiling. Thank you very much. GPYT. Hope you are all right. Oh, good. Maybe. Ryjack, the league is still on. Behave, Luke. Ryjack, hello. How are you? Ryjack's been messaging me all week because he's loving the old Project FC. Happy clappers are welcome. Nappy clappers, not so. Yeah, people who are going to film the nappy and cry about stuff. Yeah, we may not be for you. Nico Riley's been awarded the Premier League Academy Graduate of the Year. Big up to him. 3-0 to Moz. Spurs. All right, now I get you. Now I get it. I've never seen it put down that much. I was calling formidable. Right, I get you now. FAU Cup final, yes, Saturday at 7 p.m. I will be there. Evening, Martin, any new contract news? A little bit. We'll go through that for you, Ace. I think we're just inconsistency with my silly points. We do. Martin, you've been living under a rock. I've been living in everywhere land at the minute because I've been 2-2 from the hospital. Sorry, my cup show with PGMOL. Maresca keep talking again. Looks to me like waiting on Pep decision. Yes. Any new bombers? Not really. 1 or 2. A little bit of news on Anderson, a little bit of news on Rodri, a little bit of news on Gavardio, and a little bit of news on tomorrow. I think many channels have viewed Farming House for the last few years. I think the last few weeks they are. Good evening, Martin. The league ain't done yet. I've got a bad feeling about Palace away. Don't do it. You're going to give me hope. Football Terry's another one. Yeah. Terry likes to spread his cheeks for Arsenal. How the tables have turned when I'm the positive one, eh, Martin? Yeah. Yes, Project FC. Nah. Well, I'm to all the happy clappers. We're still in this. Come on, City. So, Punk Mark. Where you sat Saturday would be nice to see you again. I'm Saturday. I'm on level 3. I'm gone to the cheap seats. Standards here. Well, Martin is the negative one. Mario is here as well. Right. Little bit of news. So let's get into it. So the news today, obviously, Pep has been doing a little bit of talking via his press conference before the Palace game tomorrow. We're just going to go through some little bits that he said, and then we'll get the phone lines open, and you can talk about whatever you want. I'll get through it all, and then come and have you say. The only thing we ask is that you please remain respectful to your channel. And you look after people, and you are not a dick. You don't have to have a camera on, but you have to be respectful, and you listen to all views. You don't have to agree with all views, but you respect your channel. Big up, Lay. Hope you're well. 132 on Saturday. You're on level 4. Yeah, I'm on level 4 then. I've gone for the £50 ones, whatever it was, £70, 80, whatever it was. I'll have a look on my phone in a minute. Rodri's finally back training. Yes, he is. I see lots of plastics. They're here. They're there. They're every fucking where. Plastics. Pep, LB said he don't say anything next week before Villa game. He thinks he stays. Yep, 100%. Saw the clip that said Premier League used to have a different winner. That was about 5 years ago, that one. Mourinho back at Madrid. Yes. He's highly rated and coming 6. Could be a potential Rodri player for 2 years. Talented. Pep out. Yeah, I love it when he does that. The Maresca stuff just keeps coming up. So basically that means Pep's leaving after the season is finished. We don't know yet. We don't. I saw another Arsenal battle in the West Ham game. The whole country still bantering us. Middlesbrough goalkeeper looks good. Don't do that. Coming to FA Cup final from Denver. Big up pass wipe. Come on. Safe trip over, mate. Yeah, you're getting Mourinho pay. Have some of that, son. Have some of that. You're getting the special one. Or is it the finished one? You let me know. Special one, finished one. Let me know, pay. So Premier League execs say the league want a different winner every 6 years. Yeah, that was a very old interview. It's about 6 years old. Yeah, the finished one. Right. So Pep today, press conference. Has talked about Crystal Palace. A couple of updates. Said on his mood after the West Ham. Said Crystal Palace. I'm thinking that we have to do what you cannot control. Forget about it. Do better. That we have not been better this season to arrive in a better position to fight for the Premier League. And Crystal Palace. He then got asked about Kushinov. Said he's much better. Says Guardiola. Said Rodri is better. He is training. We'll see him training more this afternoon. Said on Mark Gay, he's an incredible signing. His focus in every single detail in the game. His private life to be a professional is unbelievable. An unbelievable signing for Manchester City. We're really pleased with his behaviour, how he accepts bad moments and turns around immediately, which he did do against Brentford on Saturday, to be fair to him. That defines the big plays in the big clubs. Really pleased. Talks about Palace's focus. They are so professional. The teams Crystal Palace will play top against us. I'm pretty sure they'll do their best against Arsenal, knowing that they have the UEFA Conference final 3 days later. Talked about the situation, the controversy surrounding the Arsenal goal at the London Stadium. Said on the rules around penalty area contact, it's a question for referees. The quality is there, the patterns are there. And that's it, really. We will get more in about 15 minutes when the embargo section comes out. Ollie Watmouth has also been talking today. As soon as I came to the Rochdale, it felt like home, saying it feels like I've been here for 10 years. Playing in front of the fans every week feels normal. I want to play for them. I want to win for them. The style definitely made us City. I was surprised at first. I knew defensively and out of possession we would be solid because you need to be in the National League. We play very good football and think that's because all the teams are in the Gaffer's plans. He said, City, also a little bit more news. City, this is true, by the way, City are trying to move on young 16-year-old Kenneth Akron over at Hertha Berlin. Sorry, not Bayer Leverkusen, but they are looking at loaning him straight out to Bayer Leverkusen. And obviously the news earlier on that Nico Riley has been awarded the Premier League Academy graduate for 25-26. Little bit of news as well. Rodri, they have sat back down again to try and hash this out. That is 100% true. It's always and always has been in the hands of Rodri. Simple as. One thing I will say is keep an eye on Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho, the special one, or in Pear's case, the Finnish one, he's an admirer of Rodri. And I wouldn't be surprised if Madrid do make a move for Rodri if Mourinho is the guy who is likely and looks to be taking the mantle and the hot seat for a second time at Real Madrid. So there you go. That is true. Elliot Anderson update. The clubs are sit down next week and talk face to face or phone to phone, wherever they're going to do it. They are going to do it. Whether that means the deal gets done, I don't know. It's all great and dandy. Agreeing with players does not mean you're going to agree with the clubs. So we'll get more updates on that as in the very near future. The news on Pep. Yes, Maresca has made some, has done an interview with the Italian media. The bit that was missed out by Fabrizio, which was very telling, he also did talk about Serie A. And he talks about how he would like to also, he has options in Serie A. That part got excluded from the Fabrizio tweet. The rest of it is fully true. He is ready, he's refreshed, he's ready to come back, and he's ready to go. I would say, and this is me being absolutely 100% here, if Manchester City don't announce anything after the cup final, I would say he's 100% staying next season. Because tomorrow night, I have said this, and now you're seeing it, but remember, we told you this last week, that tomorrow night is the official John Stones, Bernardo Silva night. That's where we're going to be doing the John Stones, Bernardo Silva loving tomorrow night at the Etihad. Sunday against Villa is going to be Pep Guardiola 10-year anniversary. Does not mean he's leaving. It is a 10-year anniversary celebration. Does not mean he's leaving. Do not mean 1 and 1 equals 2. Sometimes 1 and 1 will get 3. And that's what a lot of people are going to do. If you are going to hear anything about Pep leaving, it will be after the cup final is out of the way. So I'd probably say Saturday, probably Monday, the Monday, a week today at the latest, because they'll have to do the build-up to the Villa game. If there's nothing announced by then, you can guarantee it to the bank he's staying for his final year, and then we'll see what happens. That's where we're at with the Pep stuff. Everybody people speak to, close to it. I know Sam Lee's talked about it, Fabrizio has. They all think he's going. That's fine. That's their opinion. Right now, Pep said he's staying. That's the one we're going to choose to believe. And that's where we're at. So we don't know. Right. A few more comments. And people thought Pep was washed. Good luck, Pep. Why did you get rid of the set-piece coach at Arsenal? I think he left. I saw ex-United keeper in the article. Yep. Schmeichel had a lot to say about it. Stephen loving that some Middlesbrough fans are wearing camo. Apparently that's funner. I see Rodri won't be fit until the FA Cup. I don't know. He may play some part tomorrow. Evening Tone, smash the likes. After that show, where's the film? Sod this. Come and join us. Come and have half an hour. Gay is very good. He made a mistake, but people need to chill. I don't get the hate on Gay. Don't get the hate on Semenyo. It's crazy. Yeah, make sure you sound low to Tone as well. Mourinho is a has-been. Ever since he fell out with that female doctor at Chelsea, his career has gone down the plug hole. It's like Pepe's on cigars again. Brother looked like a proper G. Typical Pep response span of control. Mourinho will sort Madrid out. Great to see so many familiar blues here. Best City channel. Thank you very much, Tone. Have a great show. Looking forward to 90 minutes. Miserable bastard. Get on here for half an hour. Stop being a dick. Hide it in the comments. Turn your camera on. Do it on your mobile. Come and join us for half an hour. You shithouse. Will Palace be professional against Arsenal? I hope so. It's late night, Suma. Tom bringing the filth down. He wishes. The only filth he does is when he puts the bins out. Hey, Tone, the filth is Martin is not washed today. Hey, washed before or after. Glasner already came out and said, forget about the Arsenal game pretty much. Well, has it? He just said he's going to do what's right for Palace. Tone, what are you after when you say that in everybody? See, he does say that in everyone. You know he does. The super project, I know Mario is gassed. He can't. You know nothing about him, Mario. Stop pretending you do. I'm not going to do the bullshit anymore. You have no idea because you are not watching 16-year-olds on the regular. Don't pretend. All you have to do now is on Twitter, put a little bit of peace out, put Wonderkin in front of it, and everyone gets hard-ons. It's crazy. And I don't mean that in the way it comes out. But I'm bored of 16 and 17-year-olds, and everyone goes Wonderkid, and everyone gets hyped. What are we doing here? You haven't watched him, Mario. You haven't. You haven't. Because you watched every single player that we get linked with, according to you. You'd never sleep, eat, or drink the way you're watching all these players. No, I'm not having this, that people are watching them. You haven't. You've watched a 5-minute clip on bloody YouTube. That is not watching them. See, look, Tony's being a shithouse. Sign the contract, 100%. Rodri don't want to miss until the effort. Well, we'll see. Oh my God, can Rodri stop being a drama queen? He's not playing Mourinho ball. Any news on Pep? I've just given that out, Manti. They have to sell Valverde and Tuchemeni to make space. One of them will go. Don't think it'll be Valverde, and I don't want Valverde anymore. I've gone way off him, what I've heard. Yeah. Mourinho doesn't play to Rodri's needs at all. Well, we'll see. That just means we get 9 more years of Nico G. Hoops, sign me up. What does? Why does it? Nico G's not going to be the Rodri replacement, mate. Rodri won't go to Real if Mourinho comes there. Come on. You'll see. Martin is then used on Pep. I've just given it out, mate. Marinakis is hard to deal with. He is. He is the Greek mafia. My boys racing Echemedi for preliminary squad. Great. I don't care what they do for Argentina or Brazil, mate. You know, I'm not Brazilian or Argentina. I'm an Englishman. That's what I care about. Rodri's still expecting him to renew, maybe more in hope. You are living on the hope train, and you know you are. I thought Cafe was the special one. You're all the special one. You said that on your Insta story. Oh, you're getting trolled. 98% Tone. Oh, Chris, piss off, Dylan. Tone, Man City, what's the objective sentiment now? It's absolutely 100% Maresca will be City next manager if Pep goes. Media Bobs think Pep is off this summer. Hope not. Give me Maresca. Why? Why? Call in. Tell me why. If Pep don't say a word next week, he stays 100%. Martin are back just making Mother Dear a brew. One love. Hey, go and look after your mother, mate. Look after your family. That's what matters. Rodri is staying. Have you spoke to him? We're finished. Why are we finished? City won 4 in a row. We did. Maresca is on City's books, 116. Steve, something special, Cadbury's Chocks. Or because the woman loves Cadbury's milk trade. Historically, we don't do deals with Madrid. When was the last one? McManaman, Robinho. Maybe we don't. But historically, we don't normally have a player who might not want to stay either. I'm going to cry when Stones goes. Massively when Stones goes. Tone, are you doing Southampton in Spinal City news? Cheeky. Why? We're not in the Championship. Rodri wanted to focus on him getting fit and delayed talks up to him. Hope he stays. 100%. If Pep stays, no chance Maresca will be the replacement. Well, we'll see. Martin, I still don't think Rod just doesn't make sense. We'll see. I don't agree. I think he'll go a week after the season ends. But that's pointless because then there's no goodbye, spicy potatoes. There's no goodbye to that. Are the club going to let him go without a goodbye? Who's excited for the cup final? Me. I am. Big up, BM. Any outgoings we don't know about? No, not at the minute. I got my suit and Mafia fedora and Rosettas ready for Saturday. Go on, man. Go on, BM. Get yourself ready for the old FA Cup final. Remember, you used to watch them from 7 a.m. and have all the coach and everything. You're shitting a break. Why? Chelsea. Oh, I just hope City win tomorrow. Congrats on my boys racing at Chamessa. Do you know him? I can't soz, mate. You shit house. How we doing? Big up. I keep wanting to call you Cafe de Casual. And you know why. Pep wash with holy water. Matt Tony's insinuating you are filth. I know he's filth. Well, if Madrid wants to get Rodri, then they got to get him in the summer since Barcelona will always get him on a free. Yep, they won't just, that's the thing with a free, won't just be one club. There'll be a number of clubs. Mourinho is finished, that's Tone. Martin got a transfer third. If we get Icon and loaning him back to Leverkusen, it could be used to help the Mazda transfer, but I don't know in my opinion. Maybe, but I'd like to be linked with somebody older than 23 years old now and again. Because for me, I think experience is massively underused now. Didn't think that it's strange that Bernardo and Stones goodbyes tomorrow and not the final home game? Yes. I won't be able to jump right away. Can I hop on at 11? Of course you can, mate. Evening, Spartacus, you Donnarumma hater. He always does, Steve. Too many people at the game on Saturday shouting abuse at Donnarumma. Anyone's testing his crap. And he's like, I didn't get anyone in my end doing that. People loved him. Where I am. Martin, I pray that the best who we made for City that will bring us success. So do I, Rose. And from my house to your house, my family to your family, bless up, and I hope you are well. Me, never mean. I'm hyper today. I'm not mean. I'm in a hyper mood. I think Burnley will be professional against Arsenal. Yeah, I just don't think they'll have enough, BM. Martin wants a quick half hour. Always time for a quick half hour. What's with all these just go to Real Madrid and buying links? He's going to get the contract extension. Nice, yes. No to projects. Spot on. What do you think about Donna versus Traff? There's only one winner, Donnarumma. Are you still clinging on to hopes of winning the league? Nope. I think it's over, and I've congratulated Arsenal. I'm not one of these salty City fans who's going to come up with a fake rivalry. I won't do it. Right, I'm going to stick the link in. Let me do it. Remember, be respectful. Don't forget, super chats are available. Please slap the like button and also make sure you are respectful. But the link is now on. I will pin it to the top. Right, let's go. Please be respectful. Martin talked about him before he even got linked. He said, I don't expect it to turn out to be correct so far. No, Daniele does speak to 1 or 2 agents. Watching 16-year-olds, don't turn that way, Cade. Donnarumma always spot on. Big up, mate. Keep an eye, and I'll see you Friday. You are shameless, Mario. Scout the ballers. You don't stop it. You don't, because you've got a life. Trafford a great cup. Yeah, no, of course he is. Trafford's a very good keeper. I don't think what Trafford's been saying lately has helped him. Daniela said City should go for him. Who we're talking about now? Is Ake definitely leaving? No idea. I'd like him to stay. Pep would like him to stay. Mario Scout as a winger. Yeah, make sure they're over 24. Trafford needs more experience day-to-day league football, though I agree. He does. Leeds United, Aston Villa, Newcastle, all heavily interested in him. Oriano's going to join us. Good evening, Oriano. How are you? What ad, Enzo? What ads come up? And ads are not out of context because ads are very... What they do is with ads on YouTube, they hear keywords and then click you to it. Oriano, are you there?
Yeah.
How are you? Well, I'm
all good.
Spicy Potato's got the same concern I have. Martin, why are we being linked with lots of 16, 17, and 18-year-olds like Naipan and Mazza? What is the strategy? Because it does bother me. I'm not going to lie. It bothers me.
Yeah, it feels like the squad is going in that direction. It's kind of weird because City were never like that. I think they need to buy a few more experienced players, probably like 24 and over, something like that, just to balance out everything in the squad. Because you can see the inexperience in the squad, especially like if you look at an Everton game, you needed a Diaz in there or like just somebody that had experience, and we lacked that in
Calm it
certain
down.
games.
Get the lads back on track. Yeah, totally agree.
And the youngsters are amazing. Like they're really good, but we just have to give them time, and they're gonna learn eventually. But they need somebody to guide them in that team, and we lack that a little bit.
Spot on. I'm gonna. Mourinho 6 is more of a destroyer than possession base. Well, I don't know how he's gonna play. We'll have to see. One thing about one of the kids is you only see them play against other players in their age group. When they go up against bigger, stronger, faster adults, a lot of them get found out. Spot on. And bringing a wonder kid into the Premier League is very different than bringing a wonder kid into probably a La Liga or a Ligue 1. The Premier League, you do get found out in the Premier League quite quick.
Yeah, because it's a big jump to make. Like to just straight up come to the Prem, it's hard. It's not easy. And my point is, why rush? Just get the more experienced player. And there's a bunch of them out there. Like I'm sure they can find some. So yeah, I wouldn't mind. I don't want like youngsters this summer.
I don't mind youngsters. I don't mind. But what I'm bothered about is that's all we've been linked with. Even Elliot Anderson's 22, 23.
Yeah.
We're not being linked with anyone 25 or over. And that worries me. That's where I'm getting worried because you can't replace a Rodri or a Diaz or a Kovacic or an Ake with someone 19.
So I'm not even joking, but I think Bruno G would be perfect. I think he'll be that mold of player to get you through like 3, maybe 4 years, and then you can look for the like big move for the future. But I think he'll be good to steady the ship.
I just think we've got to be careful. I don't want to do the Chelsea model because the thing with that, I mean, if the club come out and say, listen, this is a 6-year project now, because for me, we've done the project part. You don't go from winning 20 trophies in 10 years with established, experienced, top-level players and then completely put it onto its head.
Yeah.
That's A to Z, that. I'm all right with signing, one or two and turning them over, but the trouble is, a 17-year-old costs about 40 million quid now.
Yeah, they're not cheap, so you're spending a lot of money. There's a big risk there. It's like Victor Reis. I mean, what was he, like 35 mil?
Nearly 40, yeah.
Yeah, like that's a lot for a player like that that isn't experienced and hasn't played at a top league,
You're not going to have time for that spicy potato, though. You won't get time for that because of the World Cup, and then they're going to Asia. You won't get time for a goodbye. Hong, good evening, mate. How are you? I am manifesting Rodri being our captain, leading City out in the USP's hometown of Madrid. Listen, I hope you're right. Walker win incoming. I mean, I'm just going to go through the squad now. This is the age of our squad. Donnarumma, 26. Trafford, 22. Ortega's gone. Bettinelli's 33. Gabardiol's only 23. Ruben Diaz, 28. Kushinov, 21. Stones is 31. He's going. Nathan Ake's 30. He could be going. Eight Noor is 24. Ricola is 20. Rodri's 29. We don't know what's happening with him. Reinders is one of the elder statesmen now at 27. Nico Gonzalez is only 23. Nunes is 27. Kovacic 31. He could be going. Nico Riley's 20, 21. Bernardo's 31 now. He's going. Doku's only 23. Foden's 25. Sabinho's only 21. Cherky 22. Oscar Bob's gone. Erling Haaland 25. So your elder statesman is going to become Ruben Diaz and Mateus Nunes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Does that not what it? Does people not understand why I'm a little bit concerned? Not being, oh my God, I'm just
for
like,
sure.
If
They just can't go in that way.
Yeah, if we're talking about getting to the latter stages of Champions Leagues and all that, I just think that isn't what I want to go to the Bernabeu for. I feel as though we've done that. That's something Newcastle United should be doing.
We've gone through that phase.
Player. Yeah, I feel like we've gone back 5 years to do it that way.
Yeah. I think we should be way past that and just focus on, just getting better now, not waiting for players to get good in 3-4 years. I think we need players that are gonna play well in a year, maybe 2. And look, I know Anderson is young, but I don't think he'll be a player that needs a lot of time to settle in. That's just my opinion. But you can't buy too many players like Anderson.
The thing is, Anderson's going to be over 100 mil.
I don't see City doing business at that range, though. I don't think they'll buy him.
It's going to take a record. City are going to have to break their record.
I mean, he's also a risk in a way, too, because we don't really know that much about his attacking side, going forward. He's not really proven in that aspect, so 100 plus is a lot for him, to be honest.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not against, and I meant to make this clear, I'm not against the younger people coming in. What I'm against is just buying the younger players. You can
for the
mix
amount of money.
Players. Yeah. You can mix a younger player with a Bruno. You can mix a younger player with or a João Neves who's young, but he's experienced in the latter stages of tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is you look at Everton, you look at Real Madrid, you look at the games where we've stood up, that is where the inexperience is shown sometimes.
Yeah, especially when you have your experienced players injured.
Yeah, the younger players have dragged us through. So who do I want, Emperor? Someone like a Bruno G, someone like a Morgan Gibbs-White, someone who's going to help.
Even a Tonali. He's pretty experienced.
Tonali, so that's what I'm not asking. I'm not asking for Valverde. I'm not asking for Elise. I'm not doing that. If you're going to go young, do it for... I don't mind a young player if they're already top-notch. And I don't even think I'm being greedy. I don't think I'm being greedy. Mateus Nunes at 27 should not be our elder statesman.
Yeah.
Which brings me to the point is, my only other theory is we're going down the project road, or, and hear me out here, I sit here expecting a transfer ban from 115.
I don't know.
I know people don't want to talk about it and they want to hide it and say, well, we're all okay. And this is not Martin saying we're guilty of 115 or saying I've heard anything. What I'm saying is could that be a reason? Are the club expecting a big fine and a transfer ban and they're bringing in the young players?
They
Because you've
just
already done it,
relaxed a little bit.
you've done
Maybe.
Naipan, you've done Victor Hayes, you've already brought young players in.
And they spent like a lot of money on them too. It's not just like little money, so and possibly, but I don't think so, but it could be. Who knows?
But pay, that's 16 years old is not a long term expression. That not for Rodri. Rodri's what? He's 16, mate.
Yeah,
We
no
didn't get
chance.
Rodri at 16. We got Rodri at 25, 24.
Yeah,
I don't
somewhere around
mind.
that.
Yeah, we didn't go and get a 60. We're talking 16-year-olds here, guys.
Yeah, to replace like a Ballon d'Or winner too.
Yeah,
Crazy.
that's all I'm saying.
See, a lot of people may not really like the signing, but I think Morgan Gibbs White would be like really good for us. He would suit us, in my opinion.
The thing is, I don't just want to stick the name Wonderkid in front of it and everyone gets excited.
Yeah,
And that's part of the problem. Everyone gets
it's
excited when you put the word Wonderkid in front of it.
it's like Diamande. Like he's also very unproven. So if you're complaining about Savio, then why would you go out and buy Diamande? Because he's not proven, and we've seen how a lot of the transfers from the Bundesliga end up when they come to the Prem. So it just has to be a little bit more consistent.
Yeah, I just feel as though. Listen, I understand people, and I'm not even being greedy, but people have told me for 2 years standards matter. And are you telling me everyone's standards are 16, 17, and 18-year-olds?
Yeah,
Is that what standards are now? Because they put the word Wonder Kid in front. I'm sorry, it's crazy how people do that now. For me, it's important City rebuild the midfield. That's my thing. And the midfield is so important. So important in a system.
for
McAdoo,
any manager.
and here's my other side of the coin. And I'm going to bring GB in a minute to join you, Ariano. McAdoo's a great example here. If you're a player in our academy right now and you're looking for a pathway to the first team, how have you got a pathway if it's going to be blocked by all these young, talented youngsters we're bringing in? Are you telling me there's no one in our academy can do it? Because that's how it would
Mikasa.
feel.
I think
But what you're
Mikasa would
saying
be
is
good.
Mikasa, what's got Umbremo, Heskey Brothers, McAdoo, Naipan. You're telling me they're not good enough? Apparently Southampton have scored. City need to win tomorrow. Yeah, I think City. How do you think City will get on tomorrow?
I think we'll win it, to be honest, but I think he should rotate a little bit. I'll play Foden, Savio maybe.
He's in the
I think
EDS
he'll
now.
rotate.
Yeah, Naipan is in the EDS now. Good evening, GP. How are you, GB?
Fine, Martin. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? And where are you calling from? You don't have to say, but it's nice to know where we are in the world.
Kathmandu, Nepal.
Good. Welcome. How are you? Thank you for being
I'm
a
fine,
supporter
Martin. How are
of
you?
the channel. What would you like to talk about, GB?
The thing you are guys are talking about the youth of thing. I think the main thing is we are signing a lot of youth, right? But we are signing for City Group or for Man City. I am thinking about that because we have coming American Wonder Kid also there. I think Sulian guys. We got signed a player from Torres. Like that, we are signing Brazil and Holland. They saying so.
Yeah.
Uh, So I think we should look from two perspective in my one city group perspective and another for city. And I think Elliot Anderson will be 100 million price because we need homegrown quota, and people are mainly forgetting about that.
Mm-hmm. Spot on.
And Nottingham Forest will take advantage of all the chance to get their the players sold at max. I think Nottingham Forest and Newcastle are same on selling players. Even you guys are saying Bruno and Tonali. I don't think they will. We can get them less than 70 million.
Okay. But
Maybe
no, you're not
Bruno
going
you
to get
can.
Bruno yet. There you go. But here's the thing: if you're going to buy a 17-year-old, and by the again, I'm not against it. If you're buying him for 14, 15 million, I don't have a problem with that because if they don't work out, you can flip them for 25. Sell like an Echibera, an Alvarez. We only spot him for 14 million. If you're spending 30, 35 million on these lads, couldn't you just spend another 35 and go and get a ready-made player?
I think we should also place the inflation because of Chelsea, because of they buying youth at the rate we have never seen. We have never imagined that we can sell the youth like abroad club have, South American club have, Son from Chelsea, like from Enzo deal, Caicedo deal. Because I
Yeah.
think when we were related to Enzo and Alvarez, I think we were around 15 or 20 million. We were talking about like that range, but Benfica came at 25 or 30, I think, because we were signing both Enzo and Alvarez in that time. I think, if I am not wrong.
Yeah. So you got a Haaland, you got an Alvarez together. That's fine.
Yeah.
Because then you're getting a nice mixture of a top player, ready made, and a youngster.
Yeah, we like the
That's
balance.
a good spot, a good balance. And that's the thing, our squad's already huge.
For me, the main thing is who is going off outside of the midfield. If Kovacic or Rodri both stay, then I think Anderson is good. If Rodri goes and Kovacic goes, then we need an experienced player. If uh, any one of them stay, then it will be Alfred Anderson. Main is who is staying. We don't know, so we are all guessing right now.
See, with this, Joshua, I hear what you're saying. And by the way, Mario and Mike your dick up, we will get you on. Just please be patient. Thank you for your patience in the background. I agree with this. There's not loads, but there is availability, Joshua, if you're willing to pay the money. But City have got, but now this is where I've said City have spent a lot of money in 18 months. Have they bought real quality?
We
LB
paid.
says this all the time: buy cheap, buy twice.
Hmm.
But we're now buy cheap, buy four, buy 3 or 4 times.
Uh, let's talk about Marmus. We brought on that huge money for Marmus. Even his salary is so huge. I think to get rid of Marmus will be hard in summer because of his salary.
Well, here's my question then. If we did go down the road, and this is to the chat as well, and I'm absolutely fine with this, if we go down the road of buying youth, which again, do it, would people's expectations and standards come down?
I think they have to, because you're
Yeah,
gonna get more inconsistency with younger players. That's just how it
That's what I'm saying.
works.
Would people give them the time to develop?
I mean, they're not really giving some of the players the time. I feel like they rush and
to
say,
be
get them out. They're not good enough.
to be honest, Martin, I think there are two types. If you're talking about, if you're talking about the YouTube guys and the real ones, they will give the time. But if you are talking about the Twitter guys, they will, if one game they play wrong, they will start to blame and what you say, complain from the start. So the original ones will give the time, but the YouTube and the reactionary will not give the time for the player like Savio. I think Savio hatred has gone wild up from this summer due to that Fabrizio link for sports. because we were talking about giving time for Sabio, but this season from the beginning, people like complaining about why didn't we sell Sabio? Why didn't we sell Sabio from the beginning? But
Yeah. Well, a lot of
we
fans are
were
giving up on Sabio. And by the way, Pay, you make a great point here. I think this is one of the big things, the PSG factor. People think because PSG have done it, every club do it. For every PSG, I can give you a Chelsea. Chelsea have done it, hasn't worked. I saw Garnacho was going to be the next big thing. Gittins was going to be the next big thing out of the Bundesliga. They haven't done it. Now,
even
yes,
EMD.
I'm not saying they won't do it, but the difference is, again, back to my point is, do you want to win now or are you happy for the journey? If you're going to enjoy the journey, then not a problem. But then we can't all say during the season, why are we not competing for the league? Why are we not doing this? Why are we not doing that? Because you don't get a PSG every time.
And PSG still has some experienced players too. I mean, they have Marquinhos, Ruiz, Hakimi, Dembele. They're not all youngsters, but I think they have a better mix, and it probably just worked out for them a little bit better. But it doesn't mean that it's going to translate to every other team. It
Yeah.
depends.
And
Yeah.
also, I think PSA and other one thing I think everyone wants that youth like Barcelona. Barcelona also one thing because Barcelona are producing youths like we have never seen any club producing like that, like Petri, Gabi, and Yamal.
Yeah. Well, I'm just looking at
And
the PSG squad now. And the PSG squad, you've got to be careful here because Chevalier's 24, Pacho's 24, you've got Beraldo 22, Nunos Mendes is 23, Lucas Hernandez is 30, Hakim is 27, Vitinha is 26, João Neves 21, Fabian Ruiz 30, Cavachelia is 25. That's what I'm saying. They've not got, see, this is where people are getting mixed up. They have got 25, 26, 27-year-olds. Dembele's 28.
Yeah,
They've got a balance, a mixture. We're only
exactly.
being linked with, they're not buying 17, 18, and 19-year-olds and nothing else.
also they have the experience of winning the league like Kvaratskhelia with Napoli, just like Dembele with I think Barcelona. Then that midfielder Neves with Benfica. All have experience of winning the league.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Even
But
the league back Nunez.
Mariano, final thoughts because we've still got few more people in the background that we want to bring on. So your final thoughts, but you're more than welcome to call in again or come on other shows. You know that. So final thoughts, GB and Mariano.
I think what
Not really.
we need to focus is I think is the midfield in the summer, and I don't think we need a winger. But if we need a winger, who are you thinking of buying in the summer, and what, and also the midfield options? How many midfielder are you looking at in the summer, in your view, Martin?
Wingers. Rafael Leao is someone that's been looked at. I don't know about whatever he's called, Diamande, whatever it is. I don't know about that. I don't know. There's not a lot of winger options, I suppose. There's no truth in the Vinny Jr. stuff.
I think we will get a right back and a second goalkeeper, two players in and a winger. And how many midfielder are you thinking, Martin, that we are getting in the summer? Like in number?
One, and then the rest will depend on who's out. I think you're definitely going to get one, and then it will be who comes out. So, for
Means
example, if Rodri leaves, then you need to replace him. If a Kovacic, Bernardo, and somebody else leave, and then the other question is, where do you all see the future of Nico Riley, though? Do you see him in midfield? Do you see him? And also, Tijani Reinders, Nico G, if they're all willing to stay, then fine. We've not got a problem there. You only need one.
Yeah.
Means we are going to sign again 4 to 5 players in the summer.
Yes, I do think that.
Okay, okay, Martin, that's my thought because I am seeing because we are signing a lot of player from that cushion of windows. So I think why are we wasting so much money but not getting the quality player? Because I don't think we have gotten the quality players of by in these 3 windows like except Kusanov, Gehi and Semin. I don't think we have gotten any quality players.
Yeah, we'll see. GB, thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure having you. Please call back again or just message us and we can get you on a future show if you want to come on.
Okay, Martin. Thank you for
Yeah.
having me.
No, always. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. And thank you for being a supporter. Oriano, thank you for joining us, mate. Always a pleasure. I love hearing your views, mate. I think you are really good with your views as well. So thank you so much, Oriano, for the support, mate.
And thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Take care, guys. So yeah, big up to GB and to Oriano there. They've got some really good views. Martin, we've always spent money on young players during Chica. Yes, no, we did, but we also backed them up. We bought ready-made players as well, Joshua. We had a balance. That's what I'm asking for, a nice balance. I'm going to bring in Real Mario, the and Bite Your Dick Off and Talk Sport. Mario, you little youth lover, you. It's nice to hear. Can you hear us, Mario?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Come on then, Mario. Tell me about why you're in love with all these players. Why are you in love with them all? Anyone who's 19 or 18, you love. Why?
I know it's just something about them. I just like them. I just like young players growing, you know. I'm like an F1 merchant.
She's fine. Do you not feel we're a bit A to Z though? Do you not see my point what I mean when I say A to Z?
Yeah.
How we're going from Mahrez, Rodri, Sterling, Sane, who was young, but you had Sterling on the other side who was young but experienced, you know what I mean? Mahrez, all them to who we brought, which I'm not saying are bad players, but we have gone down in level of signings, if that makes sense.
True.
I'm just trying to understand what people want on expectations, I think is my issue right now. Because you bring in all these players, say you bring in a Mazza and you bring in and by the way, Ekhorn is going to go out on loan. Yeah, but you've already got Naipan, you've got Echeverria, you've got Victor Hayes, you've got Kushinov, you've got all these. Turkey's only 22. For me, I'm going to go off in the last 2 or 3 games and in the big moments, I've seen the experience not be there at times. And I think for me, you've got to have a balance. That's all I'm saying. A nice balance.
I would get Bruno G.
Yeah, I mean, if you bought a Bruno G and you got a Mazza, that's a nice balance, if you get what I mean.
Yeah. I don't want Tonali. He's not good.
What puts you off with Tonali?
I know, he's similar to Anderson. He's just like a bricklayer.
All right, well, where are you at with Anderson? Because I know you've been a bit hit and miss with him.
I like him. He can improve.
Is it the price?
Yeah, the price threw me off. He's not worth 100 million. He's max probably like 60 or 65.
Do you think that's just Premier League and homegrown tax put in?
Definitely.
But again, the problem is the homegrown rule. Listen, I'm with you. I think the homegrown rule is good, and I think it's also bad because I think clubs take advantage of you with the homegrown rule.
and because he's playing in the World Cup for England.
Yeah. By the way, LG, I'm not saying Ekharni's not a bad. It's I think it's the tag of Wonder Kid and next big thing. And my question is, if you're someone in the academy, how do you feel? Because are we saying the academy aren't good enough? I don't know. Bite your dick off. I don't want to call you by your real name, so I don't know if you want that out there.
That's fine. It's fine.
Well,
No
I'm not
worries.
sticking your real name out there at the minute.
No, it's fine.
How are you, mate? Long time
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm still coming to terms with life and what's happened previously. So, and you're aware of what's happened. So,
Yes.
Yeah, it's just been a bit tough, but getting there.
But we're always here, mate. You know that the emails are always open.
I have an issue with this midfield of ours. I don't know what you think, but I think the midfield that we've got is weak and soft. We've got no bite in the midfield. No bite. No bite. No, we've got no Fernandinho like we used to have. We've got no players like De Jong who can, get stuck in. I think we're just a bit lacking in that. And I think buying new players to complement the younger players, we need ready-made, proven players that will only enhance the youth coming through and the youngsters that we've got that will see us into the future. But I'm not for. I think we need to buy for the now to go with what we've got, and going forward that will help.
So who would you? So who in the midfield are you not comfortable with when you say that? Because
I think they're all like that. I don't think we've got that. I don't think we've got the presence that we used to have.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we need to sort of stiffen up in that midfield area, because I just don't think we've got it. I think we've got.
Okay, well, where you at with Reinders? Let's start with Johnny Reinders, and you can both chirp in on this. Where you at?
I think he was. I think he was a panic buy.
Okay.
I don't rate him. I don't.
Why? What is it? Is he lacking the Premier League? Is it the
I get it that it's his first season in the Premier League, but he's come from a league that isn't as fast paced. It's not as brutal. The Serie A isn't, the sort of the greatest league. So coming to any players coming from out of from another country into ours typically do find it hard to adapt.
Yeah,
but I think we got time to allow him that growing time, to get into, the sort of pace of our league. I don't know if can we do that? Or
well, let's talk about both Nico G and him. Where you at with both?
Nico G, I don't think the manager rates him. I don't think he fancies him.
I'd sell him.
So you'd sell him?
Yeah, if the manager don't rate him, there's no point. Is he here? What's the point? He's getting benched for Reinders. It doesn't make any sense.
There's been plenty of times when Rodri's out, he's not even being used, and that's what he came in for, to be a player who could help when Rodri's not there. I would like it if they could play the double pivot between the two of them, maybe. But I just don't think he fancies him. I think he's seen something in him that makes him, he's seen something in him that doesn't want to play him. So yeah, I'm not too. I like him, but I don't think he's not Rodri.
No, but is that part of the problem? Are we comparing everyone to Rodri?
Eventually, Rodri will go, and that's the problem. And we need to find that. We need to find someone who can be as close to him as we can. But who's out there? I do like Bruno G. I like Tonali. Elliot Anderson. He's got range of passing that would suit us.
Yeah.
Turkey. He's. I don't. He's been a few games where he's looked really good, but he's passing. It's more side to side, back to him. He's had a spell where he's able to get passes in and create chances, but he's no De Bruyne.
But like Citizens put it, Anderson, Tonali, or Bruno G have the experience of UCL knockout games. Well, Tonali does. Bruno G does, because he's done it for Newcastle. Anderson doesn't. I agree with that. Now you use Semenyo and Gaze as the line there, but they have more experience. I agree with that, but they don't have. Mahrez didn't have experience in Champions League games, but he had experience for Algeria. He had experience of winning the league with Leicester. I'm not just saying experience has to be a UCL knockout, because Rodri wasn't doing UCL knockouts. I'm not just saying they have to be big in there. I'm talking about I have more faith in them than I do someone who's 17.
Well, but that's it. If you can get, I get the buying the youth, but then we bought youth and they're just loaned out.
Yeah, I'm no problem. I think I'm no problem with buying youth. My problem is the price and using them. When we used to do that, what that's telling me is the academy. You have no faith in the academy coming through then.
Well, Nico came through. Phil came through.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look how long.
No, I mean now.
Well, a lot of our youth come through, and we sell them.
Yeah.
Frimpong went. Was it Frimpong?
All right, then. Could it be? Is there a lull in the market right now? Is there not enough? Is the market at an all-time low?
I don't think there's players out there at the moment. Right backs. We've been looking for right backs. There's not many right backs out there. It's quieting down a bit, and I just don't think the players are out there, and the prices that we have to pay. I'd happily go with English players, but like you were saying before, English tax.
Oh, they're expensive.
We're priced out, so then you're having to go abroad. But then it's who you find, who you're going to bring in.
Yeah, but that's why I used the PSG. People got this idea that PSG are full of 17 and 18-year-olds all over the gaff. I don't mind, buying a 17 and 18 and loaning them. Don't mind that. But you've already got 4 players out on loan in that age bracket. So are we just buying more to loan out, and then we're just going to buy the... And my other thing is, we're not being linked with anyone.
Yeah, but out of the 4 players that we've loaned out, how many of them actually have a future? I'd say.
Oof. Good point.
Echeverry won't come in.
I'm probably going to say my only one is probably going to be
Vito.
Big Ties.
Yeah, I don't think
right now.
Big Ties. Yeah. But we're going to lose players in the summer. There's no doubt about and we've got to replace them with, ready-made. I believe ready-made players who are ready to go, and preferably Premier League players who've done it. But
yeah, true. Mario, right, Nick, anything else you want to add before we let you go?
come on, the Burnley.
Have you still got hope?
Yeah.
Have you got hope, Mario, or is it over?
It's over.
I've been in the days of playing Port Vale and Stockport and Oldham Athletic, back them days. So you got to have hope. There's 2 games to go. For me, yeah, it's done. But while there's still chance, there's still chance.
Yeah, that's a good point. But no, Matty Dickoff, thank you for joining us, mate, and Mario. Mario, keep going in the comments. I love the banter we have, mate.
Makeda will be the best winger in 5 years. Bookmark this.
No, yeah, keep going, mate. And Matty Dickoff, as you know, you're always welcome, mate. Just email us and we'll get you on a proper show if you want as well, mate.
Yeah, no worries, we'll do.
Same with you, Mario. If you want to come on a proper show some point, let us know and we'll get you sorted out. But you're both great. Take care. Thank you for being supporters. And
no problem.
Keep going, guys. You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Cheers, thank you.
Yeah, W's in the chat for Matty Dickoff and Real Mario there. Big up Luke, not in my lifetime. Smash those likes he haven't done so. Danny was going to come and join us, but he's seems to have popped off, gone off, so I'm not sure if he'll come back. Continuous site, we're going to bring Joshua in a minute, so just give us 1 minute, Joshua, while I catch up with the super chat and the chats. Continuous sign at 21, I believe he was a flop at Wolves, yeah, but their scout teams, yeah. See, now that's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Tonali's trash. That's a good point. Macaulay and Yildiz. Why are you asking Luke if the Southampton game's finished? By the way, Tones messaged me. He said going to be a great away day at Southampton again. Home game for him. Luke, they're asking you to come on, mate. You're more than welcome. You can come and co-host with us if you want, mate. Mamouche goes. Maybe. I'm going to bring in Joshua. Oh, Joshua's on twice now, so I don't know which one it is. Martin, do you think Cities will start discussing with Forest soon? Yes, next week is the plan. Starts with wingers. LB said Mamouche goes, so someone will come. Maybe. I'm going to bring in Joshua on this one. Joshua, you in on this one? Or is it? Oh, no, it's the other one. So Joshua, good evening.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now, mate. How are you?
I'm good, and you? Thank you for having me on.
Yep. What do you want to say, mate? Because I know you're a big Echeverri fan. Oh, no, it's Manti who is. Sorry, my bad. So, what do you want to talk about? Anything we talked about tonight? Pep? Anything you want? Chelsea? Palace?
Basically, what you guys were talking about before, as you can tell in the comments, I was busy kind of like disagreeing.
Joshua, sorry to be a pain. Can you just either turn your mic up or be a bit close to the mic? You sound a bit far away, that's all, mate.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, much better, thank you.
Yeah, I was saying, like, basically, I might go on a bit of a monologue, but I think what the club is basically doing is basically like the reward of getting like younger players is higher than the risk. So this kid that we're linked to now, Icon, if it works out, if it works out, you're looking at like maybe a top talent for like 10 million. And I think that's better than waiting until he becomes experienced and you pay like 80 mil. Maybe like you look at Maza now, we could have got him a year ago for like 10 million. We waited a year. Now they're quoting us for like probably like 60 million. So I do understand it, but then I also understand your point of like we need to get experienced players. However, I'd say I don't think in the market there are that many experienced quality players available.
Well, Massam is coming big up with the super chat, mate. Appreciate that, Massam, as always, for your support. Who we sign and sell will depend on the next manager. mean, that's a good point. Do you think it does depend on whether it is Pep? Do you think we need to get that sorted out once and for all? I know Pep's saying he is, but the Maresca links are still there and they're not going away.
Yeah. Are you asking me?
Yeah. Big up Masson, by the way.
I think similar signings will happen no matter who's the manager. So I think if Pep or if Maresca's here, I think Anderson will join, and I think probably a right back will join. Now, if other guys leave the squad, then maybe I think it might depend on who's the manager. Like if it's Maresca, I could see a Fernandes coming in. I could see maybe him. Maybe he's not fond of Savinho or someone like that, so I could see that happening. However, if it's a Pep, I think we might see the same squad unless
Might depend on who's the manager.
something like that.
Oh, just bringing Danny in as well. Danny, have you got your... All right, he's gone now. Did you have it on it? He might have had the show on in the background.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's gone now.
No worries, mate. No worries. Just carry on, Joshua. What were you saying?
Oh, no, that was basically it. I think if Maresca comes in, maybe we see he's not fond of some players, he gets rid of them. But if it's still Pep, I think we might have a similar squad unless Nico G, Urandez, Mamouche, those guys leave. But yeah, that's basically it, yeah.
Danny, good evening. How are you? Thank you for joining us, mate.
No, I'm good. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it. I was waiting before, but someone was at my door. 11 o'clock at night.
No, don't.
Still answer the door.
Who's at your door at 11 p.m?
Well, exactly. What's going on? Leave that to the imagination.
Yeah. Right, what do you want to talk about, Danny? Anything Joshua said there, or anything we've said in the chat, or something new?
Yeah, no, I've just been listening, really. I mean, in regard to this Maresca Pep thing, I just think it'd be a travesty if Pep went. I really do. We've built this team. It's for Pep. I just don't want to see him go while we've got this team where it is. I honestly believe he's the one to take us forward. I know people are all down and out what's going on with the league. It is what it is. But this season,
I'm in the minority on this. I'm the only one. I'm not that downhearted about it, and everyone thinks I'm crazy.
I'm the same.
Yeah, maybe it's because I'm viewing this as transition this season. Maybe, and we've already won a trophy, can win another one. I think that softened the blow a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's how long ago was it we'd take a Carabao Cup all day? We love that. An FA Cup final as well. 2 trophies. Most teams would die for
that.
that.
Maybe this is my age. I don't see Arsenal as a rival. I'm not going to do this fake rivalry stuff with Arsenal. My rivals are United and Liverpool. I don't see Arsenal as a rivalry. I think that's a Twitter media thing that's been... Because, I said this before. Sorry for being an old fuddy-dudder. I still remember the days when we applauded Arsenal off when they were 4-0 up at half-time. There was no hate. There was no, let's kick them. Yeah, they've got loud fans. But as we've seen in the last few weeks, we've also got some loud fans who jumped on the treble bandwagon. That's just fanism. Yeah. That's banter. That's what happens.
I think, I mean, like you, I'm a match-going fan, season ticket holder. So we see a different side. There's an online side. There's a match-going side. I personally think, people obviously never expected us to win the league. Me personally, from the start of the season, I said we'd win the league and one other trophy. I just didn't know what the other trophy was. That's what I've said since day dot, and I've consistently, and I'm still saying this league's on. I know that might get the chat going, but I will believe until it's mathematically impossible. Yeah. That's me.
Yeah, fight to the end and all that. I do get it. Yeah. I get it.
That's me, and I won't change that. That's just the way I am with it. But I think when this league started going so good for us and it was in our hands, I think everybody then started going back to that treble season because they thought a domestic treble's on. And that treble season has caused a lot of outbursts because people just keep going back to that. They keep thinking of that all the time. It's a different team now, completely different team. And that's what people need to understand.
Yeah, the treble season has. I'm not going to lie. The treble season has raised expectations hugely.
Yeah, it has. But I think this is what's causing the up and down so much. I mean, obviously, last season it was what it was. Wasn't expected. But I think once we started getting a bit of success this season, everyone just automatically assumed, here we go, we're not going to lose another game for the rest of the season. Here we go. Because that's what we used to be like. This season will do a lot of good, in my opinion. We've got a lot of young players who need this experience. And if we don't win the league, it'll do them a hell of a lot of good. Look at the start of the season. What happened when what happened last season? Haaland went on a mad one. Pep went on a mad one. They're obsessed. And I honestly believe this team will be like that next season. If they don't win the league, obviously.
I mean, I'll be honest. I think we win the league next year. Yeah, I predicted 100%. That earlier already. Because I think this is where I will go the other way with the youngsters. I think they will learn through this experience. I think I am a believer in you've got to have a little bit of disappointment. Listen, we did it with the Champions League. We had to go through a final of losing to get to the final of winning. This is why I'm confident more for Saturday, because I don't see us losing 3 finals in a row. We've lost the last 2 because of complacency, and we got a little bit in our own heads on the day. I believe that last season was last season. The United one from the year before, we got in our own heads on that one. We got in our own heads for that. And that's why I believe against Saturday, I don't think Pep is going to allow them to lose on Saturday. And of course they can do, but I'm just 3 finals in a row is not us. I don't see us losing 3 finals in a row. I just don't. Call me deluded, call me whatever you want. And I don't know if you were at Wembley for the League Cup final.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you probably know. I mean, the atmosphere. We celebrated that like we'd won the. I thought the Champions League was coming out the way we celebrated it.
I loved it.
It was crazy that day. It was like a throwback against Stoke in the final. That's what it was like. Like we'd never won a trophy before, and that's what That's what I think Saturday will do. So I think there will always be positives that come out of this season. I was in the minority that had said we'd win the league. I was on my own. Everyone was like, "You're crazy. You're going to finish 5th." We finished 3rd last season, and 90% of the media and rival fans and some City fans had us lower down than what we'd finished this last season. And I'm like, no, we bought well. Now, did we buy the quality that we've had in the past is a different thing, because everyone keeps telling me we've spent $500 million, but no one's giving context to the $500 million. You can spend $500 million like Liverpool, or you can spend $500 million like us and buy 15 players, some good, some projects, some in between. Have we gone out and got a Mahrez, a Sterling? We haven't done that for a while. That's why I'm happy with the Anderson thing. I think Anderson will add us somewhere. I think the money's an issue, but the money that's up to City now. I can't control prices. We can't do that.
No.
I still don't think that's happening, Bebo. That's been on the table for a while. I don't think he's signing that. I know the offer's there. That offer hasn't changed. That offer is the same offer that was on there 4 months ago. They just keep rehashing this old story out.
So is that a genuine offer for him, that $375 a week?
I got told that 3 months ago. That was the offer. So the offer's not changed.
It doesn't look good. And I think this is the problem we're going to end up in, is we either need to make a decision to sell him or say what you're doing, because we can't be stuck without a Rodri replacement. We're going to be stuck with Calvin Phillips with the way we're going. That's what we're going to be stuck with. Well, we are, because, this is what gets me with Nico G. It's like we got him up to a standard where we wasn't missing Rodri. Rodri's Rodri, and we can't compare them. But then Rodri is going to go one day, and we need his replacement. Nico G, if we're not careful, is going to go. What if Rodri goes? Then what do we do?
And people are worried about Reinders. There's many saying sell Reinders. We used to be the club that gave everyone a year, and now we're selling everyone. People have turned on Semenyo, they've turned on Gay. I'm like, we've gone from the club that gave everyone a year to we don't even give them 2 months anymore. They've got to hit. And Doku's a perfect example. It's took Doku 2.5 years to get to this level. Sometimes it takes players that long. And that's going back to my point is my worry with the Conceição or whatever his name was, this Brazilian wonder kid that was coming in, this German wonder kid that's coming. Everyone's a wonder kid. Well, I don't want the wonder kid in 5 years. I want the wonder kid. Where's the wonder kid now? The difference with City now and then, we brought a Kevin De Bruyne that was borderline world class and he became world class. We bought an Aguero that was borderline world class. We made him world class. That's what I mean by bringing someone world class. I'm not saying you have to buy the world class. You buy the next level down, a good amount of money, and you make them world class. I don't want someone who's going to come in and need 5 years to get to that level because the fans aren't going to wait 5 years. The club. And the other thing is, if you want Pep to stay, Pep wants to win. Pep doesn't want to be a babysitter for 5 years. Pep wants to win now. While we've got the best manager in the world, give the best manager the opportunity to win now.
That's why I can't get my head around why we're not full sending, just going, look, if he's got 1 year left here, we should be going, right, what can we give him now to win everything he needs to win?
Yeah.
To get this squad to the strongest possible level. Because we've talked, people have already talked about it. We've got no physicality in the midfield. So why aren't we doing something about it while he's here?
Yeah. By the way, I'm just going to do these. Bevo, lovely to see you, mate. 3 months. By the way, if you want to jump on, Bevo, you're more than welcome, mate. Thank you for the 3 months. And then the super chat, really do appreciate that. For the $9.99, big up, mate. Go and give Not in My Lifetime, Luke and Bevo, a lot of love. Bevo, bomber incoming. Rodri will sign an extension. I will cross everything I can for that, mate. In the region of 375. Pep will also extend for 2 more years. I'm sure that 2 years plus current 1 year. Okay. Well, hopefully you are correct, and I pray. But I think we'll know about that in a week after the cup final. I don't think, I said, if you don't hear anything within the cup final, I don't think he'll leave. Oriano with the 3 months as well. Thank you so much as well. You are a legend. Trev, big up, mate. Links there if you want to join, mate. Talk Sport. Joshua, do you want to add anything?
No, that was pretty much it. But thank you guys for having me on. Hopefully we win
Big
the
up, mate.
FA Cup
Always
final.
welcome to join back, mate. Take care.
Thank you.
Total Sport, do you want to add anything Danny said or anyone we've said? Good evening, if you can hear us. Hello.
Yeah, hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, mate. How are you? Long time no hear. How you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. How are you doing? You okay?
Yeah.
Before I add anything to what we just discussed, Martin, can I just say thank you? I always leave this bit at the end, but thank you for like doing this. You know, this calling shows and things like that. And there's a lot of great channels out there for City content, but you're one of the few channels that actually read it, pretty much every single comment. So appreciate that.
No, appreciate it, mate. Thank you so much. Thank you for the kind words.
Bro. So where
all the channels are available as well, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just before I get the PC stuff out. No,
Bro,
but thank you for that, mate. Appreciate that.
No, so where do we pick up? The Pep thing obviously is getting interesting. But I do feel like we're all getting anxious just because when we're hearing that, okay, well, if Pep leaves, which is, I'm going to say big if, that the replacement's going to be Maresca, which, let's be fair, it's very underwhelming because when we thought about Pep leaving maybe about a season or two ago, like, you know, eventually that date coming, you're already imagining the big names. You're already picturing MVKs of the world and all sorts. And then now you got the emergence of company, and then suddenly it's like, well, we're going to go for Maresca. And look, I don't want to be harsh on Maresca because, again, like, you know, there's certain situations around this Chelsea exit, but nonetheless, you can only go off somebody's body of work, and he's just not done enough to take on a position like City, especially where we are at this point in time. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Danny, where are you at with it?
Well,
Screw it,
to
I'm
be
going to bring
honest with
Trev
you,
in as well, because Trev likes to debate. But carry on, Danny.
I mean, Pellegrini was a stopgap till we got Pep. What if Maresca's just a stopgap to get company? If that's what everyone wants.
Yeah, that's a fair point. My worry is then, okay, let's just say now we take him as a stopgap for example, I'm just going to throw a name out there. Let's say company, and company's contracted till 2029. But what if Maresca gets it wrong in the first 6 months, first season? It just goes disastrous, and you're thinking, well, okay, we've got to wait another couple of seasons. You're not going to stick with Maresca, are you, for that 3-year period, are you? And it sort of sets you back almost. You know, like to say if you buy cheap, buy twice kind of thing. It's one of those where would you not just go and get the best in class to begin with?
I suppose it depends if you're looking at. I mean, if he was a company, I think he needs a few more years at Bayern before he comes here. But I mean, with Maresca, I mean, I don't think he did that bad at Chelsea. He's not my first choice, don't get me wrong. But, you know, if that's who we're looking at, that's who we're looking at. Doesn't matter what any of us say, we can't control it. If that's who they want, that's who they want. But at the end of the day, he got trophies through the door at Chelsea, irrespective of what they was.
Mm-hmm.
On Bevo's
you can only win what's in front of you.
Sorry, just on this. I'll put Bevo's super chat up again.
Yeah.
So Bevo said earlier, big up again, Bevo, for Tube Chat. Incoming, Rodri will sign an extension in the region of 375. Pep will extend with 2 more years. Unsure if it's 2 years plus current one.
I know he's spot on.
The Rodri stuff for me, the 375's been on the table for months. That's not new. The media are spinning it as a new deal. If you go back 4 weeks ago, when they said that deal come out, they said it was a new deal then as well, a new offer. It's not, it's just talks of keep stopping, starting. The deal has always been 375. That's not changed. The deal is in Rodri's hands and nobody else's. The deal is down to Rodri. The news I get, and again, I always say reportedly, is that his time is coming to an end. Now, I hope that's not true. Again, I always say reportedly. The Pep stuff, I hope he stays. I want him to stay. He says he's staying, as Treble no doubt remind us of in about 30 seconds when I finish this little monologue.
That's
but
the link.
We will know next week either way.
I think it's important that we pay a bit more attention to my catastrophizing theory. And here it is, because this is the way that I look at all the reports and the hints and the body language reading and the Ouija boards that people get out to say that Pep's leaving. I think there's an audience for it because we know it's an absolute catastrophe when he goes. And so what people are doing and have been doing for several months now is trying to normalize him going by saying that he's going. Saying that he's definitely going, and then indulging the next level of that is to indulge in speculation about the merits of Maresca and anybody else. And they'll get into 20-minute long conversations about Maresca, forgetting what is their assumption based on. And it's based on them pushing the toothache. When you get a toothache, you press it, because when you press it, it stops hurting for those seconds that you press it. And this has always been my take on Pep leaving, because Pep leaving is a story every year. Every single year since he arrived, he's been leaving. But it's been amplified because we're on 10 years, you know, and so people are naturally anxious. And it's a normal, beautiful human reaction to catastrophize it. It's actually a tribute to how much we value and how much of the will be when he goes, that people are indulging in this catastrophizing. And I've learned how to say it. Have you noticed? I couldn't say it the last time I wanted to say it. But I think there's a huge element of that going on. that it's actually better to think about Pep going. People think it will hurt less when the announcement comes that he's going. It won't. It will hurt exactly the same as if you carried on with my mindset. And I'm not saying mine's better, it's just a different way of not catastrophizing it and not indulging in those conversations about his replacement and how good he is and what he did at Chelsea. I really don't care. It's just a different way to look at it. And you'll find if you're looking at it on the assumption that he's going, that's also okay. But it's, to me, it's not as an interesting a conversation as the reality. And I've always said I'm very consistent about that.
See, my only thing is, and I keep, listen, it depends how you want to look at it. Listen, I want Pep staying, and I think I'm a betting man now. I think he'll do his last year. My thing is, good evening, Bevo, by the way. I hope you're well.
All right, mate.
The Maresca stuff's not going away. Why is it not going away? I'm looking at both sides of the coin. And Fabrizio has put it out again. And the thing is, Fabrizio gets his news direct from Biana. They have the same age.
Can I just add something to that, Martin?
Mm-hmm.
So what I've heard is the stuff about Maresca, none of it has come from any kind of City source. What I think Maresca is doing is I think he's trying to push this PR train of City being interested in him to kind of up the bids from other clubs.
There you go.
That's my take on it. I do think from what I've heard from go on.
Simon Bajowski didn't say that directly in his interview with Steve McInerney today, but there was an element of that, and I think what you've just said is a brilliant take, because that's how Fabrizio makes his money, by amplifying and gassing up players who want to move or managers who want to move. And how much is Maresca worth?
It's what agents do as well. Like, agents always put the name out there.
Everyone's saying he's the next Pep Guardiola. He's worth a lot more to wherever else he wants to go. So it's a brilliant point. Well said.
So what I've heard in the pipeline is that Pep has been offered 2 more years, or he will stay for 2 more years. I don't know if that's 2 years that comes after the year that he's already got left, or whether it's this year plus 1 more year. I don't know, but that's what I've heard. And the same person told me the news about Rodri on 375. I found that out like 3-4 months ago.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's not a new offer.
No, it's not. It's the same. But I just want to kind of get away from sort of that news and talk about sort of signings. So, we're talking of Anderson, Tonali, all of these names keep coming up. But what we have to remember is, before you know it, you're going to have a fit Diaz and a fit Gvardiol going into that back line. So then you've got the headache of who you're going to pick in your defence. So you've got Aït-Nouri, you've got O'Reilly, you've got Gvardiol, you've got Gahey, you've got Diaz, you've got Kusanov, you've got Vitor Hayes, you've got Nunes. I've just named like 8 defenders. You can only play 4, and all of them are deserving of being played. So my worry for there is I don't see O'Reilly having a future at left back. So I think when Gvardiol is fit, he'll come back into left back, and Aït-Nouri will be like a second option. And I think they move O'Reilly into midfield. But the problem with that is, if Rodri does sign a contract extension, you don't really need to play a system where you play sort of 2 6s. You'd play maybe a 6, an 8, and a 10. So O'Reilly would go into that 8 position. And then you'd have like Cherky or Foden or whoever in the 10. I fear that there's going to be too many sort of high profile players sort of wanting games, because you've got Guardiola that might not be getting game time. You might have Diaz that's not getting game time. Now it's all well and good to have these options,
Guardiola's getting
but
game time, mate.
normally when Pep finds a solution, he kind of sticks with that team. He doesn't really digest from it. So you're going to have a lot of like world class players just sitting on the bench. Now, if we go for an Anderson, and there's that talk of Ibrahim Maza, and all these sort of different players that we're supposed to be going for, I fear that you're going to have O'Reilly or Anderson or whoever it may be, just sort of sitting on the bench, sort of unhappy to play. So I do think that there is a slight sort of risk that if we keep sort of bringing in and replacing sort of these players with, big names like an Anderson, Anderson's not going to be a cheap sign. It's 100 million, I think. So I just fear that, there's going to be a lot of players there that aren't going to be getting much game time.
The swing of that, though, is one of the main complaints this season was a lot of people saying we've got no depth on the bench, and the bench isn't good enough. If you go back to the treble season, we had a lot of world-class players that were on the bench. You've got to fight for your chance when you get it. And especially with defenders, the way our defence gets cooked and get injuries, there's going to be plenty of games there going around for people to be in and out.
Yeah.
But one of the things I heard early this season was a lot of people wanted to Nathan Aki in January. My argument with that was, we'll have injuries in defence, we'll need him, and that experience will be valuable. Turned out it ended up being right. We needed him, because if we'd have sold him, we'd have been in a bit of trouble at one point.
Also, during the treble season, I'm sure he rotated his defence quite a lot. So if there's one area you want to be stacked in, it's definitely your defence. And just on the Nico O'Reilly thing as well, again, correct me if I'm wrong when it comes to this, but I believe playing in the centre of the park is a position you've got to be very mature for. You can't just go in there when you're in your early 20s. I mean, there'll always be anomalies, but generally speaking, if you think of the midfield is usually where everything happens. It's, there's constant pressure being put on from the opposition or whatever. And unless you've got that experience and know-how of being in and around the game and you've sort of seen everything, it's hard to be put in that position at 21 or whatever. I think the freedom that he's getting, Nico O'Reilly at left back, where he's able to get more time on the ball, where he's able to decide to either run at defenders or run down the flank. He won't get that luxury in the centre of the park, and that's why we've seen him play in the middle of the park. There is a drop off in his performances to when he's playing left back.
Yeah, no, I hear it. Sorry, Bebo sloth Bebo there as well. See, for me, I hear what Bebo's saying. I think Anderson will happen. I don't think it'll be cheap, sadly. I think there'll be a lot of toing and throwing with the fee. The Rodri thing is a funny one. The Rodri thing, the hands is in Rodri. My thing with Rodri is that the contract's been on the table for 3 months. Why is it unsigned?
I think it's to do with his fitness. I think to begin with, it was taken off the table to focus on fitness.
I don't think it was taken off the table. Well, again, that's what I was told. I'm going off what I'm getting told.
The only thing I would say is that it would be a bad business decision for Man City to offer him nearly 400 grand a week when he's going through an ACL or whatever it was tear. Players, especially of, Rodri's not a young player. He's like, what, 30, something like that now? Generally speaking, players don't really ever return to their sort of best selves after an injury like that. And especially with his age against him. Well, yeah, he was, but then he was getting back to his best. But when I think that City would have retracted the offer to begin with because they were kind of unsure whether he was ever going to sort of be his best again. And I think over the last sort of 6 weeks, something like that, since he's been fit and obviously injured again, like I think that's when they've kind of retabled that offer.
Do
I
we
mean,
think
the Rodri thing, we'll have to say. The Pep stuff, listen, I hope he stays. I hope he does his final year and extends. My thing with the Pep stuff is, I agree. You know, Pep, like Trevor said, has always wanted to stay, and I agree. You can look at this glass half full or glass half empty.
Mm-hmm.
It depends which way you want to go with it.
There's more clicks in the glass half empty.
No, Trevor, I get that, but I can't get out
bigger
of the end.
story. Pep Guardiola is leaving. My second point I always make about this: the audience for Pep Guardiola is every rival who hates us and their fan base. They will click that all day long. Pep staying, the only audience for that are Man City fans. By definition, a much smaller audience.
Okay.
So we have to be aware how negative stories about City are amplified from outside, and that affects our own fans. That affects our own fan base. It convinces us that there's more to something than the actual sources that we have, including Pep himself, are saying and doing. People then get very invested in being right all along that Pep was leaving. I'm going to get a shitload of crap if it goes. I'm ready for it because I have not followed the noise. I've followed what I read, what I see, and what I know about how social media works. And the amplification of Pep going is an Arsenal fan's wank. You know, they read a Pep's going story and they've got their lad out getting the tissues out. And it's a United fan's wank, and it's everybody else. It's just porn for rivals to say that Pep's definitely going. They can't wait to see the back of him. But we're affected because we read everything that's there. We're affected by that amplification of noise. But when you go back to the sources, it's idle speculation, it's rumors, it's seances, it's Ouija boards, it's looking at Pep's. Well, he didn't quite say staying. He said he's got another year on his contract, and that's different. Well, yeah, but I listened to what the man himself said, and he said, "Oh, guys, you have asked me 1,000 million times." End of. He's asked with the story. Even today, in the second part of the presser, he referred to next season as us. For the third time in 3 consecutive press conferences, listen to the man. Don't interpret the mystical body language nonsense.
I'm telling you now, 100%.
Time and energy into Pep's going. Get it. It's going to be very difficult for him to.
I'm telling you now, 100%.
You take all the shit for being wrong about it, and if he goes, he goes. I'm all right with that. I don't have an audience. I don't have clicks to maintain. You know?
I'm telling you, 100% now. This will be Maresca's PR team pushing out to people like Fabrizio and other journalists saying, "Oh, I'm in the running for the City job," and that's because he's out of work. He's going to want to get himself out there as oh well, this guy's potentially going to be getting the City job. Let's get him on.
We should be looking at him.
See,
exactly that.
That's where I disagree.
He doesn't, guys. He doesn't need to do that.
No, the one thing I will say is Maresca, and people don't, was at City 2 weeks ago.
Well, that's why I was just about to ask about that and being there
for a cup of tea and a sandwich and a hello.
Maresca doesn't need to push the narrative.
Maresca was there 2 weeks ago.
Is that your proof that Pep's leaving?
No, I never said it was, Trev, but I can't just ignore that with all the news that is out there as well.
But we don't know why.
I'm trying to say that's a coincidence.
Are there any other reasons why he could have been there? That's what you're saying. You're arguing that there is no other reason for him being there. Then,
well, what other reason would he be there for?
Scott Carson was on City TV 2 weeks ago. It doesn't mean he's going to be on number one goalkeeper.
No, I understand that. I get. Listen, I get it, but like I said, I'm not. I keep saying this. People want me to spill the beans on transfers and other stuff, and then I've got to ignore when it's maybe not great City news. I can't just do that. I'm not doing it for the clicks or anything.
No, I know. I didn't mean you, Martin.
I'm doing it in a. And the thing is, all the journalists are saying it, not just one. Normally, we would say there's no smoke without fire. We're now ignoring that premise and saying, right, there's no smoke without fire.
I'm not ignoring the premise. I'm explaining why it exists. It's a much better answer. I'm explaining another reason why it exists. And there's as much credibility as that in that as a lot of the claims that people know he's going. I'm sorry, there is. The journalists have two motivations, and part of their salary is based on how much engagement they get. It's not their fault. And when most of them started in journalism, it wasn't part of it. And I think a lot of them hate doing it, but they have to publish stuff for engagement because their numbers are looked at by their bosses every month. And they go, you're down 15,000 this month. You need to sort that out. You know,
also journalists talk
story.
As well. Journalists talk. You know, just because one journalist puts it out there, you know, there's these journalists all kind of talk amongst themselves. They give each other information.
Yeah.
But why hasn't Toure and Linders signed their renewals?
Well, I've heard Pep Linders is in the process of signing a new renewal.
I read that yesterday.
City are in the middle at the moment of sorting out new contracts, not just for a few players. We're looking at giving Guardiola a new and improved contract. Yeah. We've just given Foden a new contract. We're looking to give Rodri a new contract. This is the contract part of the season. Obviously, they've decided, okay, well, you know, we're not going to renew John Stones' contract, so let's break the news to him and he can put the story out. Why do you think that at the moment you're hearing nothing but contracts about players? You know, like Guardiola is supposed to be getting like a new and improved one. It wouldn't surprise me if it wouldn't surprise me if Nico O'Reilly gets a new and improved one.
No, he's just got one.
No, it was when was it? Last season or the season before?
Yeah, yeah, said that.
I think he could have an improved one on that.
Simon Bajowski basically said, and this is again on Steve McInerney's podcast, Pep will stay another season. He's more likely to leave in 2024 than now. Now, pay attention, because Simon said that on a big podcast, on a big City podcast. Pay attention to who amplifies that or how well it gets ignored and buried, right? There ain't any rival fan or fan channel who's ever going to repeat what Simon Bajowski said. And as far as credibility of source, you don't get much better than Simon Bajowski. Nobody can argue that he's not a genuine ITK. And he said it out loud on Stephen's podcast, right? But nobody wants to talk about that because we're either catastrophizing.
No, Trev, we are. Trev, we're just looking at both sides of it. That's all we're doing. Because I'm gonna, but Trev, like I said,
for me and the person who left the comment, there would be no noise about.
Right, but when there's a player coming in, we believe it all. When it's a player leaving, we ignore it. This is my point. I've said this for weeks. When it's positive sitter, we listen to everyone. When it's anything negative, we bury it and say it's media and rival stuff. And we do that subconsciously. We do.
The opposite happens. When it's negative,
no. Trev, this way I disagree. Fabrizio was the go-to for everyone in the summer. Like in the summer, everyone was holding Fabrizio's dick in their hand. Everything he said, people believed because it was everything pro set. It was we're signing this, we're signing that. It was Fabrizio was the guy. Now Fabrizio say, hang on, Trev. Now Fabrizio saying something a bit negative. We've got to ignore him. So
No,
we
not
can't
not
pick
at all,
and choose
Martin.
when
But
we
you have
believe
to
and when we don't.
understand as well that
that's not what we're
the
doing. Go on.
media
You
portrays
are.
City in a
People
negative
are.
light anyway. City have always portrayed media have always portrayed City in a negative light. You
No,
know,
but that's right. I understand that,
it's
Bebo.
forever the 115 charges. Then it's something else. The latest is Donnarumma was doing helium balloons with Teo Hernandez. It's any chance to push any kind of negativity. The media jump on it.
Yeah,
Because it's
because
it's
we
porn
are a
for our
hated club.
rivals.
Because we're a hated club. Because
no, I get, Bevo, I get that. But the other thing with the Maresca stuff is it came out in his legal dispute with Chelsea, and it is there in black and white that he did have talks with City.
Well, yeah, maybe he did, but at the end of the
How
day,
long ago was that? And did he come to City?
We're all basing this on the fact that Pep says he's that Pep ends up leaving. Who's to say that Pep doesn't sign another 2-year deal? He talked about in his press conference.
Bevo, I'm not saying he won't.
No, I
I'm
know.
saying I'm looking at both sides of it.
Yeah, no, of course. But what I'm saying is like, if when was it? Was it a week or 2 weeks ago? He come out in his press conference and said, "I feel more energetic than ever."
Yeah,
You know, he's talking about City as being his club. I think it was in his last press conference, I think against maybe Everton or one of those games. He came out and said, "Look, City give me absolutely everything. Why would I want to leave?"
You don't have to go that far back. In the embargo press conference, which some of you might not have seen yet, towards the end, he's asked about a player's future at City, and then again for the third press conference running, he spoke about next season using the word us.
Wait a minute. I heard. Wait, this is what Martin's talking about, right? Because on one hand, we say Pep lies in press conferences. Now we're listening to every word. Now we're listening to every word Pep says in press conferences. One minute he's tongue in cheek in press conferences. The next minute he tells everything that everybody wants to hear.
Listen, we can spot the difference. He's got a Mancunian sense of humour.
But he also said, Trevor will always say we about Bayern. He always says we about Barcelona. He also
this
says
is thinner evidence than what he says.
That came out of his own mouth, Trev.
Yeah, but it's thinner evidence than what he said a couple of
No,
hours
do you see, Trev? I don't get it, but you're choosing to take one road and not look at the other road.
Someone has to.
You've just shown that, Trev, by saying, well, he says we for every other club he's been at. Now he's saying us. That means he's 100%. Listen, I hope he does. I'm not saying he's not staying. But what I'm saying is, again, listen, we're going to know after the cup final.
Give him a 10-year contract.
Listen,
let's get him down.
Give him 20 years for me and the key to Manchester. I want him to stay 20 years. I want Rodri to stay. Yep. I want everyone to stay. Not saying I'm not. My question is, and I'm looking at things, and I'm not even trying to be negative, I don't think there's anything wrong with City being proactive as well.
Sorry to jump in, Martin. I'm going to have to dip, mate.
Yeah, no worries, mate. No worries, mate.
I'll speak to you soon.
Take care, mate. Always welcome. I hope so, Curtis. We're going to end in 5 anyway, because I'm going to send you all over to Tariq. See, look, Liam Gallagher. No one's ever using Liam Gallagher as a reference normally. Now Liam Gallagher being used.
But it's funny.
No, I know it is. Thank you very much for joining us, for you dirty cry bastards. Yeah,
the thing is, though, he was going to leave last season, wasn't he? Until we crashed at that season.
Every season.
He's going to leave at some point. He's going to leave at some point.
Of course he is. He's not
immortal. I just feel, I know, but some people, I will say this, and people aren't like this. The way some people do talk is, oh, Pep's bigger than the club.
No.
And he's not.
No.
The club is always bigger.
No, what we're doing is accurately valuing his presence. We're not saying he's bigger than the club. There's a difference. And listen, I persistently push back on the narrative. Of course I do. I'm not being obstreperous. I'm just one of maybe 5 voices who have been consistently calling this Pep's leaving narrative out against millions of voices who repeat it daily, because like millions of, or whoever, Arsenal fans, United fans, Liverpool fans, all our rivals fans talk about Pep leaving almost on a daily basis. At least some City fans have to tell him to fuck off or to shut up, because we help them. Even our own fan base helps them. And I'm sorry, but I'm wired the way not to be deliberately antagonistic. I have a different opinion, and I think some of us who have that different opinion need to say it, just to stop the noise for some people. No one's going to believe me. Who the fuck am I? Nobody.
Yeah,
So,
and listen, it doesn't matter what you do, you'll never stop the noise, because people, all these rival fans live in hope, and they can't wait for the day he goes. You'll never stop it, ever, no matter what you do. It's their wet dream the day he leaves.
There you go.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is.
Of course it is.
I don't ever deny that. And listen,
my point of view is, I can't ignore the fact that he was at the CFA. I can't ignore the fact he's walked out of Chelsea. Why has he walked out of Chelsea if he didn't have something lined up, or there was talks or something there? That doesn't make sense to me. Why would you walk out of that?
Because it's a disaster. Chelsea's an absolute basket case. Come on.
No, I know, but Trev, that's what I'm saying. We're just looking at both sides of the coin.
He was being told who he could play, who he could buy.
Yeah, I understand that. But again, Trev, it came out in the legal dispute that he had. That had been approached from a representative at City and had talks.
I'm not talking about when it was revealed. I'm talking about when the talks that Chelsea got asked about happened.
Before December.
And I think you'll find it was before the end of the season last season. And did he come to City? No. He was in talks.
No. I'm not saying he was, Trev. I'm not saying he was. But I can't just ignore it. I can't ignore those factors.
It's a fair point. Martin, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right to mention it. You're right to mention it. I'm not disagreeing.
Listen, if it was just Fabrizio, Trev, and Weir, but it came out in his legal. Because obviously, when they left, they had a bit of a legal dispute, didn't they?
We have a competing theory that's equally convincing.
Yeah. Because we've got Pep's word. We've got Pep's word.
And also we've got a question about Fabrizio's motives. I'm not saying that he's,
I've not referred it off Fabrizio. That's why, because I'm not going to reveal.
He tweeted it out yesterday and got 1 billion views, mostly off Arsenal fans having a wank, because they all reposted it. They all reposted it.
The Arsenal stuff.
Repost it.
I think this Arsenal rivalry is a little bit forced. I think people are reading into things. Exactly.
I'm just talking about the social media noise.
Yeah,
they're the noisiest.
They're
not even the biggest on social media. They're the noisiest.
Yeah, the Arsenal stuff is BS to me. I think that's just 13-year-olds in the bedroom on TikTok trying to make something irrelevant when it's very irrelevant. In my eyes. To me, United and Liverpool are the rivals, not Arsenal. I don't.
Only then.
It's like saying Tottenham's a rival. Fuck off. No, it's not.
Noel Gallagher wants to talk about the Arsenal online presence, and he said they've got 1,000 YouTube channels.
I heard a guy on AFTV, that Julian idiot, sit around and say Arteta's better than Ferguson.
They don't believe that.
I know they don't. It is what it is. See, listen, we're going to know. Like I said, tomorrow night, we're going to say a massive goodbye to Bernardo and John Stones. They've all been there all day setting them up. We know the club are setting up a big 10-year anniversary for Pep, which again doesn't mean he's leaving. It's a 10-year anniversary. It's a thank you.
Clickbait that. Clickbait. You watch your sign something now, Martin.
Well, exactly. Listen, I've mentioned it for weeks because I got told off the people who were organising it why that last game was happening. And I do believe them because they're the same people who've organised the Bernardo and John Stone stuff tomorrow. And there's pictures of them setting it up in the Etihad today.
Right.
Yeah, they're not looking at AI generated 1894 and not in the Etihad AI generating stuff for Bernardo and John Stones tomorrow night. Listen, It may just be a 10-year thing. We name the stand after him, and Pep can clap towards his own stand for the next 5 years. And I pray that happens. And the guy who's telling me Rodri's probably going to go, I hope he's wrong. I pray he's wrong. He's not normally wrong, but I pray he's wrong and Rodri signs. And I pray all these 17 and 16 and 18-year-olds we're going to buy for 40 million quid each because they're all the next wonder kid is also a load of bollocks.
Well, we can discount 90% of them because of the
you know
time.
what I mean? It's weird. And one thing I will say is we're also going into a cup final week. And we always know in cup final weeks, there's also a bit of bullshit about City that comes out, especially in cup final weeks. Because we know we don't like it. Big up James, by the way, for doing these amazing thing. 63 years. Mate, if you want to, I'll be interested in reading that, mate, because I've been talked into it again. We are going to start next season. We're going to start a history show every week, and we're going to get it plugged. I don't care anymore. If you're not interested in City's history, just don't watch it. But we're going to go right back.
Such an unk.
Exactly. I don't fucking care. We're going to go back to Hardwick. We're going to go back to all sorts. Because Manchester City actually created. I'm not even going to do this 1894 bollocks or whatever it is. City was created in 1880. Not, what the club say. I get what the club say, but true City fans know 1880 is when it was originally got going. I know according to the media, we got going in 2008, and all our fans are AI generated, and we haven't got the highest record, and we didn't have 40-odd thousand City fans in Gillingham in 99 at Wembley.
You should speak to Gary James because he's almost a definitive club historian.
Well, that might be Gary James. That might be Gary James. It may be Steve Tudor. I don't know, Trev. It might be Steve Tudor. That under a thing.
No, but getting Gary James on a show about history would be brilliant. Because since the 70s,
it's great to get Danny on as well because I want to get match going fans on more. Yeah. And that's not a dig at anyone. I'd love to get fans from abroad to come on the history shows as well to learn and listen and and get more match going fans on. Because I
got a great example of why it's necessary today. As a City fan, probably not.
Be careful, you'll upset Ed. Well, he's sat stateside.
City fan who came on and he said, City fans, give me a break. Stop pretending you give a shit about West Ham. Right? Because he doesn't know. He doesn't know the history of City and West Ham and why we'd give a shit about them in any other season. Not even with the Arsenal story of this season. He only understands the Arsenal story of this season. So I sent him the article and I've tried to correct him. And then I just got rude because he was just blowing it off because he wanted to be a dick. So, but this is the history, the law. It's not the history, it's the law, LORE of the club. I think there's an appetite for that, and I think it's necessary. So I'm delighted to hear you've been pushed back into doing it because it's going to be great content.
I'll just get my shouting at me, Trev. I got my first ticket, Kippax Junior, £4. Yeah, listen, I've stood in the Kippax. I've got the old Kippax.
That was actually my first season ticket, 76, I think.
Is it you doing it?
So the other thing, if I could ask Pep a question right now, it wouldn't be are you leaving or are you going? The biggest question I would be is how are you going to refer to that stand? Are you going to call it the Pep Guardiola stand or are you going to call it the me stand?
Yeah.
I've got tickets for you. It's in the me stand.
I mean,
it needs to be the Sir Pep Guardiola stand if anything's right with this country.
We're giving him third knighthood now and cheat to Manchester.
Uber Ninja.
Listen, if Fergie can have it.
And then I tell you what, the way some of you are going on, you'll be giving him the key to your bedroom soon. Go on, you can have an hour. I'll go make a cup of tea. Bye-bye.
I've already cut him a key. What you on about?
Hey, I tell you what, my missus wouldn't turn that offer down. Tell you that. Should be on that.
I'd let him play that, and nobody plays that. But actually, he can have it.
Tell you what, my missus wants a key. She'd give it to Joe Hart and Pep. Those are the two. She thought Joe. She's not keen on Haaland. She calls him an alien. Erling, that's not from me. That's from the missus. Don't have a go at me, Erling. I love you. I think you're a handsome fella.
I can't believe that Joe's not a club ambassador or Nedum.
Yeah, well.
If he talks sense, that's why. If you talk sense, you don't go looking.
Correct.
Well, there you go.
Because that's around with Mika Richards.
Yeah. We're about to win a trophy, you can tell. Anyway, right, we're going to wrap up now. I'm going to send you all over to Tariq Peterson's. I'm going to be on there. He's doing his phoning show. The link is in his chat. So if you want to do some more of this, go and join Tariq. Please, guys, I would recommend. I'm going to have a look now. He is, Tariq at the moment, he's sat on. I'm just going to have a look at this because I want to really help him because the guy's an absolute top fella and I love listening to him. He's only got 7 people watching at the minute and he's got 463 subs. Guys, we can smash him over 500. Right now. All you need to do is when this ends in about a minute, get over there, hit the subscribe. I'm going to be on there. You never know, Danny, Ed, Trev might hit the link. Come and have a chat. Tariq loves it. Put Mankway Raid in. And I want you to put, in fact, screw it, put this. Right? This is what you're going to put in his chat because I really want to do it for him. Let's sub to Tariq, roll to 500. Stick that in the chat that I'm going to take you over to now. What's coming up on the channel over the next few days? Tomorrow, you are not going to hear from me, but you're going to hear from these lads, the Aussie boys. It ain't over till it's over, and they've chose to do that. So, Pat, Rich, and Governor will lead you into that tomorrow. On Thursday, we're going to do this as well. City on a cup double. I don't know what time that will be. It may be early without me and I join later, or we'll kick it off late about 11 o'clock. It will be a late night one. I'm not sure yet. So I spoke to the lads because I am at the FA Youth Cup final at the Joy Stadium on Thursday to cheer on our lads. And on Friday, me and Tone are back. It was going to be Pulpy may join us, he may not. I don't know. That is work commitments pending. And here is where we stand on the table at the minute. Rich and me are fighting. Pat's trying to catch up. Ozzy's a little bit, but Ed is getting the wooden spoon.
Tusk.
Wait a minute. What happens if you get how many points is a correct score?
3.
All right, bet. Let's do this.
So you can finish second.
Let's do this.
But I need your predictions. Before we go, fellas, give us your predictions tomorrow night when I get you back on screen. Go on, we'll start with you, Dana.
I'll say 2-0 City.
Yeah, 2-0.
Oh, let me see. Did Pat put his score prediction? No, has anybody put the score predictions? I'm gonna wait until people put the score predictions in the WhatsApp. That's
Trev?
2-0.
I'm gonna go for 3-1 because I like that one. Also, will I say yes? I will cry tomorrow.
There's a lot of
John Stones and the Bernardo goodbyes tomorrow are going to make me cry. They will. Don't care. They'll make me cry.
It'll make them cry.
I'm with you on that. I really am. It's bad enough when De Bruyne went. That didn't mean it Fulham.
2 legends go in. We say thank you, guys. Big up to you all, and for everyone who's come on tonight from Total Sports Talk, from Mario who's come on, Oriano who's come on. For the ones who missed out, I apologise. For everyone who's been on tonight, there's been loads. It's been a really good show. Loved it. Please smash the likes. We're on the road to 4K. To Bevo as well for the super chats. Mason and Oriano for the super chats and the memberships. You guys are legends. Will Stone start? Got a feeling Foden will and Stones will. They're my two predictions. Foden and Stone start tomorrow.
Can I just boil some piss in the chat before I go?
Yeah, go on.
Come on, Phil. We love you.
We love him.
Don't do that. You'll get called a fanboy.
Oh, come on. Bring it on. Not a problem.
Listen, thank you, James. Keep us updated with that book because it's something we'd be very interested in. If you want to reach out, our email is in the description and we can have a chat about that. But that's something we'd love because this channel, more than most channels, we have a lot of older match-going fans that would love to get involved in that as well. Not to obviously, but talk about it, give you any insights, whatever. People know my dad used to play for the club at a reserve level, not at top level, at reserve level. Up there, my dad, he is still ill, still in hospital, going to be in hospital for another week or two. So I'm mainly going to be on here. I'm not going to be on other channels at the moment. And my time's just my time. So
Martin, before we go, I know I missed some of the chat. Is the winger from Lille, is that a serious link?
How old's he?
What do you mean, how old is he?
How old is he? Tell me how old he is and I'll tell you whether it's serious or not.
What do you mean? Tell me, what you mean?
Is he 20? Is he 21, 20 or 19?
I think he's 19.
He's not 19. He's not 19.
He's probably serious.
He's not 19. Jeez.
Probably serious because we don't get linked with anyone 25 or over at the moment. Even City have
I'll tell you how old he is in a sec. I'll tell you how old he is in a sec.
City have become ageist now. Anyone 25 or over, get out. You're an unk.
Well, PSG have all the good older wingers. That's all I'm saying.
PSG. I'm sick of hearing that name now. PSG.
Okay. Give me a winger. Give me a winger besides from PSG that you want.
Bothered. I don't know. I said this thing, but
I thought we had.
I'm more bothered about midfield than I am wing. Go and get me a Bruno. Go and get me a Tonali. Go and get me someone.
Martin. You know why? No, Martin. You know why you should be concerned about wing? Because once Doku got hurt, we changed our whole formation.
So the Doku FC now. Your last week,
Martin, what side of play? Wait, Martin. When Doku is playing, what side do we go down? 85%.
Come and join me on Tariq's and we'll debate this on there.
Talking about, man.
Let's go and debate this over on Tariq's. Guys, this is going to send you straight to Tariq's. Don't forget, in the chat, sub to Tariq, road to 500. He's 25, 28 away. We can get him there. Come on, guys. Big up to you all. As always, up the Blues. We'll see you tomorrow for Blues Down Under. Take care.